Alright, we are back here for just a minute. They are getting ready for driver's meeting. So before we get to qualifying here in about 1 minute or so, we are going to get to the national anthem. So getting in just under a minute now. We will get to the national anthem and come right back into qualifying. Again, we will be back with qualifying right after your national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Alright, we are back here again, qualifying just about to get underway here as everything is getting out. Get ready to get out on the track anyway. Green flag is officially out for qualifying, so we are going to jump over to it. You see we got coming out. You are watching 007 of Jacob Fields as he is coming out on track for qualifying right now. And we will go through this and see where everyone is going to be stacking up as they come out onto the track. And everybody is out on the track except for we have a few drivers that are not out on the track at the moment. But first times are coming in. We'll see Jacob Fields, 16.265. He is currently in first. Teammate Daniel Shepard now in third with a 16.274. Chris Arencia to the top of the charts right now with a 16.235. But Mason Crawford now on top with a 16.218. These guys are trading first, back, and forth right now. We'll see if they can trade it anymore. If somebody new is going to come on top, rounding out the top five is right now Jason George. Well, he was with the 16.031. Now it's Daniel Shepard in fifth place with a 16.274. So it looks like Shane James is going to get in the mix here with a 16.228. So we will see if he can get up to the top here with his teammate. Chris Arencia just ahead of him in second place right now, so we have about 3.5 minutes left in qualifying. We'll go back a little bit here to Brad Dyer, currently in ninth place with a 16.315. So again, he is in ninth position at the moment. Jason George is in 7th position right now with a 16.301. So now he's in 8th, so not far off the lead there. Brad Dyer up to 5th now with a 16.268. So he definitely improved on his time there on that lap. They have 4 laps here tonight. So I do expect to see these guys run a little bit faster on their 2nd or 3rd lap. Possible maybe get a little bit faster on their 4th if they get lucky. Doesn't look like Brad Dyer's going to get it as he kind of scrapes the wall there coming into turn 3. We're going to look back here though to Jason McSparron, currently in 11th with a 16.360. So he will shut it down there. Looks like everybody's getting ready. The last one on the track, Drew Hirschko there, jumping the 4th with a 16.251. He is now in 4th position, a very fast driver here in these late models. So we look to see him up towards the front as he's about to cross the flag stand one more time. We'll see if he does improve on his time. He will not with a 16.262, but still a 4th fastest time. That will put him on the outside of row 2 for the feature race here. But that car right there, the number 19, Mason Crawford, so far has your fastest time with a 16.185. So we have about a minute 40 left here in qualifying. He's going to go out there and take one more lap around this track. At least he did not do all 4 of his, so he's going to go out there and try one more time to see if he can get a faster time. Again, right here is his time lap. So we'll see. He's already the fastest, but we'll see if he can beat a 16.185 here in qualifying. He may take an extra few laps just to get some seat time in this car. Just for the fun of it, runs a 16.176. So just a little off of his fastest time here. So interestingly enough, he has only a C class, and you see right there, I rating, safety rating, and stuff like that does not really matter here in leagues. He is a C class. He's at the top of the charts right now. Again, safety rating and I rating really don't mean anything here in league racing. As we got Chris Lorenzi with a D class in the 2nd position, beating 2 A classes, Shane James and Drew Hirschko right now in qualifying. Again, this is just qualifying. Anything is possible in the race, so we'll keep an eye on these guys throughout the race to see where they stack up and possibly who will come away with the win here tonight. As it looks like he is going to shut it down as we have about 20 seconds left. So again, everyone has qualified. It's going to be Mason Crawford, your fastest time, followed by Chris Lorencia, Shane James, Drew Hirschko, and Jacob Fields in 5th. Again, that is your top 5, but here in just a second, once they roll off grid, we will go through your official HRE Motorsports starting grid. And your feature race is coming up. We already know Mason Crawford is going to be on pole here for this race. We have 15 drivers here tonight. Should be for a very interesting race. We have 50 laps here at Eldora Speedway. So it's going to be a fairly long race, but not too terribly long. We've seen 100 lap races, so midfield here. Usually 40 to 50 is the normal for these Pro late models. Again, Mason Crawford on pole for this race. Alright, just waiting for Shane James to strap into his car. Again, he is going to be row 2 inside once he gets onto the grid. Once he does, they will roll off the track, and we will go through your HRE Motorsports starting grid here in just a few moments. Alright, you can hear the fireworks going and the flames are shooting. We are getting ready for your race here. So you're going going to go through your HRE Motorsports starting grid. Starting out on row 1 is going to be Mason Crawford and Chris Orencia. Row 2 is going to be Shane James and Drew Hirschko. Row 3 is going to be Jacob Fields and Brad Dyer. Row 4 is going to be Daniel Shepard and Tommy Champagne. Row 5 is going to be Jason George and Jason Renard. Row 6 is going to be Jason McSparron and John Littoral. Row 7 is going to be Danny Waller Jr. and Shane Nicewonger. And rounding out row 8 is going to be Jason Deere. In 8 rows of cars here, we are getting ready for your feature race here. It looks like they are getting as well. Pace truck has those lights off. That means we are just about ready here. Pace truck dives off. Green flag's out. We are racing here. 50 laps under the lights here at Eldora Speedway. Mason Crawford off to a really good start. But here they all come charging to the front. Chris Orencia in second. Got his teammate right behind him, Shane James. And Drew Hirschko behind them. Jacob Fields in fifth at the moment. We are almost 4 wide really for the lead right now. We are 3 wide. Now we're 2 wide. Mason Crawford still has the lead, followed by Chris Orencia, Shane James, and Hirschko in the 30. All these guys really want to get a win here tonight as we are already on lap 3. This race is going to go very quick here tonight. Everybody up on the high side except for James. He is back on the bottom in that number 3 machine, as it looks like Hirschko is going to get by him for 3rd position. We'll see if he can get back by him, as they're going to be a battle for the lead here in just a few laps. Here comes Chris Orencia right on the back bumper of Mason Crawford. Mason Crawford doing everything he can to hold off Orencia right now. So good job to Crawford, but here comes Hirschko in the number 30, trying to get to the back bumper of the 78. See if he can maybe give him a little love tap there and bump him out of his way, as Crawford's going to get into the wall. Orencia will get by him. Orencia into the outside wall, can't clear Crawford. They get into the outside wall. That is going to hurt both of them. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened. All seem fine here. You see Crawford into the outside wall. Here comes Orencia by him. Can't quite clear him there, it didn't look like. And that will send Orencia upside down on top of Crawford's car. And then a lot of damage getting hit by Danny Waller Jr. as Danny Waller had nowhere to go. And very minimal damage to the 49. But heavy damage to the 78 of Chris Orencia. Looked like he just tried to slide up, and about the same time possible, Mason Crawford had a little bit of momentum pick back up, and Orencia was unable to completely clear him and got him into the outside wall. That will put your new race leader is Drew Hirschko. So Hirschko is your new leader here on lap 7. Lap 8 as they cross the line. They are getting double file, which means we are getting ready to get the green flag once again. And if you're just tuning in, that was our first caution of the night here. We still have 43 laps to go. That caution was brought out. It looked like Orencia tried to get by the 19 of Mason Crawford. Mason Crawford may have had a little bit of momentum come in. He didn't quite clear him, and put them both into the outside wall. But we are ready here to get green flag racing once again. Green flag's out, and here comes Shane James to the outside, but Drew Hirschko in the number 30 has the lead right now, but Shane James is going to try to get that from him. We go a little bit back. We'll see 2 teammates right there, the 13 and the 007, but here comes the 88 of Tommy Champagne through the middle, going to split them, and he is going to take that position from him for 4th position. And we have a very fast group of guys here, especially up at the front right now. And we'll have to keep an eye back on Mason Crawford as he is up to 11th. He started 13th on the restart. So he is moving up very quickly, and he has Orencia 2 cars in front of him now as we have some more tangling up going. And that looks like the 77 is going to get the worst into that. Jason Renard. So we'll take a look and see what happened with him. what happened here. Renard gets a little sideways there, but this all happened in turn 1 as it happened a little bit in front of him. I'm not sure that he initiated this at all. They had a little bumping and beating going on. Nothing major, but it turned into something major as 4 cars are going to go around there. The 23, the 9, 77, and 83 all getting a piece of the action. It'll look like the 1 and the 77 that may have got the worst end of the deal. But just it looked like a racing deal there. Nobody really at fault. Just hard racing, and some cars got turned around. As we'll go back up to the front. Take a look at our top 5 real fast as we have one more lap before we go green flag racing again. Drew Herchko is currently your race leader. Shane James in 2nd. Daniel Shepard in 3rd. Jacob Fields in 4th. And Tommy Champagne in 5th position as they run right now, as they are getting double file. So we are just about ready to get the green flag once again. We are on lap 14 of 50 right now. Alright, you see the pace truck getting ready to dive off there. He is off and tighten it up. Green flag is out. We are racing once again here at Eldora Speedway. Again, what a race. This one's already been 3 wide for 2nd place right now. Shane James, Jacob Fields, Daniel Shepard. We have a lot of going on. Caution is out once again, and this time we have Brad Dyer getting involved in it. Let's take a look and see what happened. Again, not sure what happened. Brad Dyer 3 wide for about 6th or 7th position at the time. We'll see what happens. Oh, slid up into the 9. The 9 belongs to Jason George, so just slid up and got into him there a little bit. Again, it was just a racing deal. It looked like he had no room on the bottom. He was trying to get by the 9, try to clear him, and just did not quite clear him there. It brought out the caution. Back up to your race leader, though. It is still the 30 of Drew Herchko. Again, Herchko is your race leader after 16 laps completed here. Going to be 17 before we go. Take a look at our cautions. That is our 3rd caution of the night. For 7 laps, still have 34 laps to go with 1 lead change. Again, I do still predict some green flag racing coming up here shortly. Once we get all these cautions out of the way, we should get some green flag racing in. It looks like, I'm not sure, race control may be telling them to go single file now, as the lights are off on the pace truck and everybody's up on that high side, which indicates race control has determined we are going to go single file from here on out. Again, Herchko has led 13 laps. Crawford led 4. We'll take a look here once we get the green flag. Crawford is already up to 7th position as the green flag's out. Once again, we are racing here at Eldora Speedway. Take a further look back here. You got some teammates racing. Orencia already up to 5th position. Crawford right there in your screen as well in 7th position. Those two have another battle at it here in the next few laps, as I'm sure Mason Crawford will get by the 88 of Tommy Champagne. As Champagne gets into the outside wall, that will easily let the 19 of Mason Crawford by him. So now the next car in front of Mason Crawford is going to be the 78 of Chris Orencia. These two have already had an incident earlier today. It looked like Chris Orencia had the 19 clear, but didn't quite clear him, and to put them both into the wall early in this race. Crawford had already led 4 laps. Orencia trying to get the lead from him. But they are back battling again for 5th and 6th position. So we'll take a look here up at the front. Really nothing major going on up here. Herchko has a 0.316 second lead over Shane James. And he has a hard charging Daniel Shepard behind him. That is the owner of Shepard Racing Team. So, Shepard into the outside wall though. He recovers from it, has his teammate of Jacob Fields behind him. So that's good for him. Definitely have to have your teammate there so he didn't run him over. Sometimes that does happen if you get into that outside wall. But right now, he is going to let him go. But now we've got Arincia into the wall. Everybody is getting into the outside wall right now. And it looks like that time it will hurt him, as Mason Crawford is going to easily get by him this time for that position. So a lot of great battling going on right now. As we go back up to the front here. Shane James getting by Herchko on the high side of all places, but here comes Herchko on the inside. Can Herchko get back by Shane James? Not going to happen this time. Shane James will lead his first lap of this feature race here. Again, we are actually right at the halfway point now. So we are halfway home from this race. So it's only going to get better from here. I definitely don't see too many more cautions coming out. We'll go back and look here a little bit further back. We have Chris Arincia and the 007 of Jacob Fields battling for a top 5 position right now. It looks like Fields is going to slide up in front of him, get the position, but here comes Arincia for the crossover, and it's going to be Arincia at the line. Arincia is taking a very bottom line, and it looks like Fields is going to take the top as the caution is going to come out. Oh my goodness, and Jason McSperrin involved in this one, as well as a few other cars. The 83 of John Literal involved. Let's take a look. Not sure what happened here, but the 23 of Jason McSperrin went for a ride. Oh, he gets clipped by someone. What a ride. That car has got to be destroyed at this point. He is on pit road. The 49 of Shane Neiswanger clipped him there and put him into the outside wall. And that, again, has to totally destroy that car, as he is on pit road getting some major damage repaired. Jason McSperrin, unfortunate for him, such a good driver. That was a hard lick to the outside wall. As again, we'll go up to your leader now, showing Shane James, because again, he did get by Herchko just a few laps ago. So again, he is your race leader now. We'll take a look at your top 5 after 29 laps. It's going to be 30 when they cross the line, as we're going back to double file restart here. Your top 5 are James, Herchko, Shepard, Crawford, and Arincia. So again, those are your top 5 after 30 laps completed. We have 20 laps to go when we take the green flag here in just a few moments. Actually, take a look. We may have less than that. We have 20 now, so we're actually going to take the green flag with 19 laps to go. We've only had 11 under caution. We've had 20 green flag racing laps, so that is definitely on the plus side. That is a good thing. Looks like Pace Truck is diving off. Green flag is back in the air. We are racing lap 32 of 50 underway here tonight at Eldora Speedway in the Premier Sim Racing Series presented by MaxSpeedTV. Again, Shane James, what a run. He is out front right now, and he is not looking back. Jason George getting in something at 88, running into him there, as a caution is officially going to come out for these two. Not sure what happened, but we'll look. Let's see, Jason George in the 88. Oh, the 88 got a little clip from, looked like Arincia. And a lot of cars going around, not sure why the 88 looked like just deliberately ran into the 9. The 9 did not cause any of that, but the 88 of John Literal, I'm not saying it was deliberate, but it looked like he revved it up there a little bit to run into the 9 of Jason George. But again, Jason George, just a victim of that crash, was not the culprit that started it. A lot of beating and banging going on back there. But regardless, we'll go back up to the front here where Shane James is still your race leader. But look who's on his outside. We'll take a close look here. The 19, that is Mason Crawford, back up to second position. What a comeback for him to fall all the way back to 14th after leading 4 laps. But he is now back into second position. So the question tonight, can he get back to the lead and lead some more laps. Shane James has led 11 here. Herchko led 19. So it's going to be a tough battle. You have three amazing drivers right up there in the front. James, Herchko, and Crawford all have led laps here, and they're all in the top three right now. So one of these guys very well could walk away with the win here tonight. Alright, green flag is back in the air. We are racing once again. Lap 37 of 50 underway now. And Shane James got a dominant lead, but here comes Mason Crawford to the inside. He's going to try to put a move on him here on lap 38 if he can. He's right there on his back bumper. And he's got teammate Daniel Shepard right behind him, trying to close that gap as well. And Herchko now to third as he's going to get by Shepard into the outside wall. That's going to let Arencia by him. Arencia trying to get back up to the front as well. He has not led any laps here, but he was trying for the lead when that little incident happened between him and Crawford. But he is definitely fighting to get back to the front right now, as he is currently in a fourth position. So we would definitely be keeping an eye on him. But Crawford is still in second position. Nobody being able to touch Shane James right now. Shane James so dominant here in the last half of this race. As again, he has led 16 laps, and if he continues, he will lead the most laps here tonight, as he's riding as close to the top of that wall as he can. So we will definitely keep an eye on him tonight. Mason Crawford again in second place right now. Drew Herchko currently running in third. Chris Arencia in fourth. And rounding out your top five is Jacob Fields, who got around his teammate Daniel Shepard. So again, a good battle for all these guys. Looks like Jason McSperry and John Little are the only two cars technically in their haulers at the moment. We do have Tommy Champagne, Jason George, and Brad Dyer on pit road getting repairs. We'll see if they come back out, but I don't see it happening with 8 laps to go. As we take a look again, we'll take a wide angle here. That is how much of a gap. You can't even see anybody in front of him. We're behind him. That car behind him in the black, that is the 19 of Mason Crawford. That's how much of a lead. 1.133 seconds over your second place car right now, Mason Crawford. Herchko, here he comes though, trying to get to the inside. Question is, can he get second place for Mason Crawford? Has been so fast here tonight, but so has Shane James again with 6 laps to go. Going to be 5 laps to go when they cross the line. I don't think anybody has anything right now for Shane James. He is, again, so fast. But the ones we really want to congratulate tonight are definitely Shane James, but Mason Crawford to come from 14th after that incident all the way back up to 2nd. And Chris Arencia went all the way back to about 11th or 12th, I believe, to get back up to 4th position. So both of these guys getting back up to the front here where they were running earlier. So good runs for both of them, but it looks like Herchko still working over the 19 right now of Crawford. Herchko definitely would love to get a second place finish here tonight. He is always so fast, always getting in a podium finish. And so he definitely wants to stay in third, but possibly get one more spot higher. It is a points race, so that's what they're racing for here tonight, is a points battle, really, to get that championship. So we'll see if he can do it. 1.933 seconds is the gap between Shane James and Mason Crawford. I don't see anybody catching him, as we're going to look here. Shane James crossing the line right there. Final lap. White flag is in the air. This is your last lap of the race here. The last lap going caution free. So a good racing here, as Shane James will be your race winner here tonight. So what a battle for him. He got out front, starting a little bit further back. I think it was like 3rd or 4th. But he did come to the front, and he led 27 laps here tonight. So again, do not go anywhere, folks. We will be right back with your top 3 interviewers and the rest of your post-race show coming up in just a few moments. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here with your third place finisher here tonight, Drew Herchko. Again, it seems like just about every night we are talking to you here at the end of a race, once again finishing in a podium position. This definitely should be a good points night for you here, finishing in third. That track looked fairly slick. It looked like a lot of people were running the top side. So first off, as far as the track, was there any grip down low, or was it mostly running the high side tonight?
There was a good bit of grip on low, but it was just about the momentum on the top that made it so fast. I mean, you could still make some good time on the bottom, but as soon as you got out of the corner, onto the straightaway, whoever was running the top could just blow by you. So it was pretty good on both sides, but obviously the top was really dominant.
Yeah, we watched a little scuffle there earlier in the race. That set you back, I believe, to 14th was your lowest. So you worked your way from 14th all the way back up to third position. Oh, wait, we're talking about, never mind. Sorry about that. That was actually Mason who were talking, or Crawford, not heard you. I have had a long day today, so my apologies. But,
all good, Charles.
But you did, you hung in there all night. You led 19 laps. So minus my complete lack of brain cells today, do you think you had anything for Shane James?
No, not a chance, and that's what I mean. Most of those laps that I led were under caution, so I'm pretty sure I was holding him up, and there's something about him in this place that he just knows how to get really close to that wall and find the speed. Where I mean, for me, I couldn't see the laps count down fast enough. I kept hoping that 10 laps would go by and there would only be 2 that would have gone by. So I knew that I was pretty much fresh beat out there. If they had any chance to get by me, they probably would. So glad to get the finish I did.
Well, you definitely did put on a good run. So before I make a fool of myself anymore on here, any sponsors or shout-outs you want to give for the third place finish tonight?
Yeah, shout out to Premier Sim Racing for putting this on for us, and you, Charles, and MaxSpeedTV for doing the broadcast as well, and all the guys over at American Dirt Series. Appreciate them for what they do for the sport as well. So thanks to everybody out there for watching also.
All right, we're getting congrats on that third place finish. Jumping to the one that I just kind of moved on to him anyway earlier, Mason Crawford finishing second. So while you're in here, you heard the question. I almost asked the wrong person, but we'll go ahead and ask you. You led 4 laps, got tangled up in there, went back to 14th, and came all the way back to second place here. So if you had more laps, you think you had anything for Shane James? Because you definitely worked your butt off tonight to go from up in the front, leading, back to 14th, and then back to second place again.
Yeah, I got the caution I needed on the restart next to Shane, and he's still pulled away. I don't know if anyone had anything for him tonight.
Yeah, you definitely you led a couple of laps there. You were fast all night. That little early incident unfortunately did set you back, but you said Shane James was just a rocket out there tonight. But I really think maybe with those cautions, if we'd have had those and you had already been up front, this could have been a different scenario. It probably would have been a really good battle, if nothing else, up there between you and Shane, based on the amount of cautions we did have there at the end of the race. It would have been very interesting. Did the damage you had, you think that affected you, or not too much here? I mean, it's dynamics aren't really that big of a factor.
Yeah, I don't even think I had much damage. All he did was come over my nose when he thought he had me cleared, and I just stopped because I was going to pull off the track, and I got told by the team owner to stay on the track, so I just came to the back and went at it.
Well, you definitely did get all the way back up to second, put up a good run. We watched you move your way through the field. After getting back there, we know you have some sponsors and shout-outs, so who would those be for that second place finish here tonight?
I'd like to thank Shepherd Racing Team, you at MaxSpeedTV, and True Form Designs.
All right. Well, again, congrats on that second place finish. And jumping over to our winner here tonight, Shane James. You had led 27 laps. As everyone's kind of set up here, you had a rocket ship out there tonight. It looked like you were on a Sunday cruise out there for those last probably 15 laps of the race. Was it that comfortable in the car, or was it still a little nerve-wracking, wondering if somebody was going to be able to catch you?
Well, the last caution brought that restart, and I think Mason was on the outside of me. I was kind of worried about the start because if I don't get a good jump, I can't do the slider into two. You want to clear him and everything. But once I did get clear, I noticed I was pulling away a little bit, and just got in a good groove and hitting my marks. And I think I might have hit the wall once the whole race, possibly. Just got in a good rhythm and was able to come out on top.
Yeah, definitely. Once we got some green flags, or green flag racing, your car definitely came to life. We say that this is a fixed setup, so definitely it shows the skill of the driver. So definitely, as we already knew, you definitely have a lot of skill behind the wheel, and you showed it here tonight, leading the most laps by far. 27. Herchko led 19, and Crawford led 4. So all three of you had led laps here in the top 3. So good points night definitely for you. With Cody Olson not being here tonight as your points leader, that will definitely probably help all three of you in the points. So as far as that goes, I will keep an eye on that for next week, see how y'all do advance in there. But any sponsors and shout-outs you want to give for that dominating performance here tonight?
Yeah, first I want to congratulate Drew and Mason on the top 3. It was going to be hard to pass Drew. He just made that small little mistake, and I was able to get a run on him. But congrats to those two guys. And I want to thank HRE Motorsports, you guys with MaxSpeedTV, Busch Light, Shepherd Excavating, and the Premier Sim Series. Brandon does a good job with it, and I think this is my first time running. But I'll plan on, if I can, I'll plan on hitting them every Tuesday.
All right, yeah, definitely a great series to jump in for anybody looking to get in here. But that being said, again, congrats on the win. And as always, we do want to remind you, it's only 8 o'clock Central, 9 Eastern, so we did get word from the concession stand that your free chicken dinner is warmed in the oven, ready to go. So definitely you can go pick that up. They said it is free and waiting for you. So that is good that it's early and they are still open. So enjoy that chicken dinner tonight because you earned it.
Absolutely. Flush it down with a Busch Light.
There you go. Oh, and then that being said, speaking of sponsors and drinks and stuff, we are not quite done yet. We still have to go through your unofficial race results, barring any race control issues. So let's get over to that real fast, and it's going to be just talking to him. Shane James coming in first. Second place, Mason Crawford. Third place, Drew Herchko. Fourth place, Chris Arencia. Fifth place, Jacob Fields. Sixth place goes to Daniel Shepard. Seventh place, Danny Waller Jr. Eighth place, Jason Renard. Ninth place, Jason Deere. And rounding out the top 10 is going to be Shane Neiswanger. 11th place goes to Tommy Champagne. 12th place, Jason George. 13th, Jason McSparron. 14th, John Literal. And rounding out the field in 15th is going to be Brad Dyer. Again, we have just one more piece of business to take care of. As always, there are two teams that help MaxSpeedTV keep going, and that is Shepherd Racing Team and HRE Motorsports, both great teams here on iRacing. Check them out on Facebook and give them a like on their page. Let them know you heard about it here on MaxSpeedTV. Colby's Eye Paints, they are the official paint booth of MaxSpeedTV, so definitely check them out at facebook.com/Colby's Eye Paints. And the longest running partner here on MaxSpeedTV is Performance PCs, so definitely if you're looking to water cool or modify your computer in any way, check them out at performance-pcs.com for all of those needs. And on behalf of the PSR Pro Late Model Series and MaxSpeedTV, we will see you next Tuesday night.